Hello, welcome to Ganyu online comic channel. Remember to subscribe to the channel to watch interesting manhwas. Manhwa, I live-streamed the proposal to the female devil, but it was successful. Fagent, feeling overwhelmed, struggled to comprehend the situation. She seemed to be experiencing a mix of fear and curiosity towards the captivating demon girl. In the midst of the chaos, the demon girl suddenly levitated into the air, her hair billowing in the strange wind. "Have you forgotten your promise?" said the female devil. Despite her fears, Fagent prioritized her safety. Utilizing his remarkable acting skills, Fagent approached and tightly grasped the demon girl's hand. "What is your name?" "Lily." The demon girl, responding to her name. With just one reply, Fagent managed to bring a bright and cheerful smile to the woman's face. Fagent breathed a sigh of relief, feeling that she had successfully navigated the situation. Earlier, it seemed like a single wrong word could have led to a disastrous outcome, but now everything had settled. Fagent, despite initial fear, found himself captivated by the beauty of the demon girl. The situation, initially tense and confusing, transformed into a light-hearted exchange. Both Fagent and Lily seemed to have completed the introductory phase of their acquaintance. Fagent, feeling more at ease, took the initiative to engage in conversation, sparking a new chapter in their unexpected connection. Fagent, still puzzled by the mysterious appearance of Lily, couldn't help but inquire about the method she used to reach his location. Expressing his disbelief at the considerable distance from the princess's tomb, he questioned how she managed to cover such a distance. Lily, taking a moment to consider, decided to showcase her unique abilities. With a brief performance, she demonstrated her power by levitating into the air, emitting a strange green light. In a matter of moments, she vanished and seamlessly entered the necklace hanging around Fagent's neck. The sudden disappearance left Fagent in a state of bewilderment, frantically searching the surroundings. In the midst of his confusion, Lily reappeared as if an apparition, explaining that she was currently residing within his body. Startled, Fagent let out a loud exclamation, prompting Lily to hastily emerge from his body. In an unexpected turn of events, the demon girl, while trying to stand up, lost her balance and tumbled to the ground. Witnessing this scene, Fagent couldn't help but find the situation somewhat endearing, despite the initial confusion and embarrassment. Moreover, it seemed that she had no ill intentions towards him. Lily carefully stood up but accidentally stepped on the hem of her dress, causing her to stumble again. Truly clumsy, especially since she changed into a different outfit that probably wasn't suitable for easy movement. Wearing this outfit will probably not be very convenient to move around in. "Is that right?" Fagent spoke up. Despite the delayed response, Lily eventually grasped his meaning. She performed some kind of magic, and a multitude of green lights appeared around her. Fascinated by the spectacle, Fagent couldn't help but marvel at the enchanting scene. Could this be the legendary magic from fairy tales? However, the outcome of this enchantment ended up making him spray nosebleed. Lily, now standing in front of him, was completely exposed. "I told you to change, not to undress," Fagent exclaimed. The sudden surge of blood from Fagent's nose startled Lily, who felt a bit flustered. "Why is the darling having a nosebleed?" Lily said. Fagent wondered aloud, adjusting his emotions. He swiftly tossed his own shirt to Lily, urging her to put it on immediately. This demoness seemed so clueless, making him question why she appeared different from the demons in movies and legends. Could it be that she was attempting to seduce him? After a while with no movement, Fagent spoke up. "Have you finished changing?" Upon hearing Lily's response, "Yes, I'm done," he turned back around. The scene was no different from before, and Lily, still bewildered, questioned why she had to wear such clothing. Ignoring all protests, Fagent focused on buttoning up her shirt tightly. However, adhering to the customs of the world made Lily feel uncomfortable, and the attire seemed excessively tight. Feeling helpless, Fagent remarked, "This is my clothes, and it surely doesn't fit well. By the way, are you planning to stick with me like this forever? Really considering me as your general, huh?" The silly little demon nodded energetically. "Where the darling is, I'll be there. Whatever the general orders, I'll do it. Darling says, and I follow." As Lily spoke, she leaped with enthusiasm, and this sight made Fagent feel so embarrassed that he blushed. Is this for real or am I dreaming? He wondered, trying to reconcile the situation. She was a demoness who had supposedly slept soundly in a princess's tomb for thousands of years, according to the legend. Despite his doubts, Fagent seemed determined not to change her mind. Taking a deep breath, Fagent finally said, "All right then, come with me." Lily looked curiously at everything in his house, and as Fagent walked, he pondered whether it was that frightening to have a demoness tagging along just because she claimed to be his wife. "So, let's check you a bit." Fagent finally led Lily to the bathroom. Observing the large mirror in front of her, Lily seemed intrigued. "Whoa, this is too big. Why did the general bring me here?" Fagent stood opposite her. "Earlier, you said I'm your husband, and whatever the husband says, you'll do, right?" Fagent asked her again. Blushing, Lily affirmed, "Yes, that's right, darling." Fagent remained silent for a moment before breaking into a slightly twisted smile. "This is what I was talking about. So, what I want to teach you now is..." Lily tensed up, expecting something profound, but to her surprise, Fagent's talk was quite simple. "I want to teach you to brush your teeth properly," he said. "Since you'll be staying here with me, every morning and every evening, you need to brush your teeth," he explained. "I'll take the time to buy you toothpaste and a toothbrush. First, let me show you how to use them," Fagent explained. He demonstrated: squeeze toothpaste onto the toothbrush, then put it in your mouth. Move it up and down like this to clean your teeth. Finally, use water to rinse and spit out the foam. The demoness attentively listened as Fagent explained the toothbrushing process. Suddenly, she took the toothbrush from his hand and put it into her mouth, surprising Fagent. However, she quickly adapted to the technique. "This is how you brush teeth, right?" she asked, Fagent slightly blushing. Fagent, feeling a bit embarrassed, replied, "That's my toothbrush." Fagent, though maintaining a composed exterior, couldn't help but scream internally. Isn't that basically an indirect kiss? She learns fast, he thought, feeling a mix of surprise and embarrassment. As Lily brushed her teeth, she looked adorable and somewhat clueless, creating a cute scene. "Is the darling like this too?" she asked, still brushing her teeth, directing her gaze towards Fagent. The rhythmic beating of Fagent's heart suddenly quickened. "Too cute," he whispered to himself. Fagent smiled warmly as he took back the toothbrush. "Consider this test passed. But from now on, no using my toothbrush. I'll prepare a set for you." "Thank you, husband, I brought trouble to you." After washing her toothbrush, Fagent approached her and rubbed her head, saying, "It's okay. But why do you say I'm your husband? Are you still treating me this well?" Truly, Lily didn't know how to answer. "I don't remember clearly either." It seemed like she couldn't remember anything. She only recalled that he was her husband, and she had been waiting for him for a long time. Looking at her reflection in the mirror, Lily added, seeming a bit lost, that she was searching for something crucial. Hearing this, Fagent became suspicious, wondering what she could be trying to find, given her memory loss. It was clear she was looking for something. Therefore, she approached him. In silence, Lily continued, "But thinking about it over and over again doesn't bring any clarity. It's frustrating. It seems like I'm searching for something very important." Fagent remained thoughtful for a while. Lily then continued, "It's like looking for hairclip, the hairpin on my head." "Hairclip, my hairpin, I'm not exactly sure what it is." Listening to Lily, Fagent mused silently, "I've taught her everything I needed to. It's time to leave the bathroom." He then gestured towards Lily. "You should go back to your room. I will return to my room after finishing my hygiene routine." Having an additional demon in the house was causing Fagent considerable headache, even during the most peaceful moments of his life. It seemed like she had forgotten everything. People say that demons exist because of unfulfilled desires. Has she forgotten her unfulfilled desires? Suddenly, Fagent became alert, feeling a bit uneasy. There it was, Lily was staring intently at his younger brother. What was she up to? Lily honestly replied, "Of course, I'm waiting for my husband." This answer plunged both of them into a silence. With no other choice, Fagent decided to kick her out. "You go wait outside. I'll join you shortly." Now, he could fully savor the moment. In summary, Fagent decided to wait a bit longer before probing deeper into the situation. It was challenging to make an accurate judgment at this moment. The seemingly harmless image of her could be deceptive, and now it might be a facade. When her goals were achieved, she might reveal her true nature, possibly exposing her fangs. Despite her cute and likable appearance, addressing him as a general, the vast difference between humans and demons was undeniable, two distinct worlds. The more he thought about it, the more impossible it seemed. As he walked back to his room, he contemplated how to devise a quick plan to make her leave this place as soon as possible. As Lily opened the door, a surprising scene unfolded before Fagent's eyes, leaving him petrified. Lily was lying on his bed, wearing only his shirt. She was reading a book that he had hidden in a secret cabinet, and to his shock, she was reading it. Fagent couldn't help but shout, attempting to retrieve it, but she swiftly flew up, avoiding his grasp. His face turned red. Caught in the moment, she had found the book under bed. They engaged in a conversation, a peculiar chase between a pursuer and a runner. Holding the book, Lily expressed curiosity about the characters in the story not wearing clothes and questioned whether they were husbands and wives. So, does this mean I should do things like that with the general? No, Fagent screamed. He didn't want this demoness to think he was some kind of pervert. He went on to explain that an irresponsible old man had deliberately given her the book, which she had just found. Lily, bewildered, asked why the demoness was kneeling and bowing before her supposed general. Fagent remained silent, unsure how to explain to the innocent paper figure. Getting angrier, Fagent quickly snatched the book back, warning Lily about the importance of seeking permission before looking at his things. Just as he was about to continue the discussion about her lost memories from the bathroom, Lily unexpectedly flew over and approached his face, leaving Fagent flustered. Before he could finish his sentence, she solemnly asked if the drawings in the book were not accurate. After a moment of reflection, she seemed to remember and lunged towards Fagent as if she were a hungry tiger. He panicked, quickly using his hands to cover the most important part of his body. Seeing her seriousness with the book's drawings, he realized that she was genuinely trying to imitate them. She suggested the general should undress first. With determination, Lily stated that she would only do such things with her general, making Fagent blush slightly at the unexpected turn of events. You must trying to push aside the images from the book, Fagent found himself caught in a rather awkward situation. Lily was determined to carry out her intentions, claiming that she would only undress for her husband. As Lily swiftly approached, Fagent managed to evade her, and in an attempt to diffuse the tension, he suggested they sit down and talk casually. He reminded her that they were just getting to know each other and that she shouldn't rush into such matters. Despite the unusual circumstances, Fagent was resolute in maintaining a defensive stance and not allowing the demoness to take advantage of the situation. However, quickly that rational part of Fagent faded away. The thoughts of Lily in her demonic form brought a somewhat sinister smile to his face. But if she insisted on continuing, Fagent felt powerless to stop her. There seemed to be no other option, so perhaps listening to her was the way to go. Surprisingly, the demoness appeared meek and showed no intention of proceeding with the activities dictated by the book. Suddenly, the previously lecherous expression on Lily's face transformed into an innocent one. It was a sudden and strange change. After a moment, Fagent managed to regain his composure. He quickly shook his head, wondering what indecent thoughts had crossed his mind. Finally, he could breathe a sigh of relief. Taking a deep breath, Fagent returned to the main topic. He suggested they resume the search, but before he could finish his sentence, Lily eagerly provided an answer, claiming she already knew. The characters in the book don't wear clothes, so I will don't wear clothes. Without making Fagent wait too long, she quickly cast a spell with a mysterious incantation. Buttons on her clothes were swiftly unfastened, completing her mission. In this situation, Fagent found himself overwhelmed once again. His words were pouring out uncontrollably, and it seemed the little demoness knew exactly how to seduce others. Approaching even closer, she asked if the darling liked her in this manner. The situation turned Fagent into a helpless rabbit about to be devoured by an ancient predator. However, just before their lips could touch, a hint of last-minute determination saved him. Fagent quickly grabbed his shirt, avoiding the impending disaster. Realizing he had narrowly escaped the clutches of the demoness, Fagent hastily put on his shirt. Later, he reminded her not to follow the book anymore, and if she adhered to that, he might accept her. This time, Lily behaved obediently. Fagent, curious, asked why Lily didn't use magic to create clothes. Lily promptly replied that she couldn't transform clothes. Then took his shirt and smelled it, claiming it had the darling's scent. Fagent felt increasingly embarrassed by her seemingly indifferent actions, cautioning her not to sniff randomly, and surprisingly, she obeyed. Despite having spent time with Lily, Fagent still had many questions. Contemplating, he asked if she was a real demon. Lily, puzzled, shook her head, and when Fagent inquired about her nature, she replied that she was a soul materialized from a certain attachment. Then, Fagent proposed helping her find her lost hairpin. Observing Lily's silence, he deduced that they needed to help her find the hairpin to make her leave. Fagent asked if she remembered where she lost it, but she couldn't recall. But she didn't answer, she said she was hungry. Surprised that a soul could experience hunger, Fagent offered to share some food. Taking her to the refrigerator, he wondered if she could eat human food. Lily, floating next to him, found the contemporary dishes strange. Fagent found a sandwich and handed it to her. Lily, after a big bite, shook her head, returning the sandwich to Fagent. Fagent, curious about Lily's reaction to the food, asked if it didn't suit her taste, but she said she couldn't get enough food. Lily said she wanted to eat energy. He questioned where she could find suitable food, and unsure of what to eat, asked her preferences. Lily, after a brief contemplation, there might be something delicious nearby. She pulled both of them into the air, and the surroundings were bathed in a strange green light. Fagent was confused, he was really flying in the sky. They arrived at a school, this is a high school, looking eerie. Fagent recognized the place from the news, known for strange phenomena that halted a theme park construction. The residents moved away, and it became deserted due to supernatural occurrences. Fagent felt a sense of fear and horror, recalling rumors of paranormal activities. He asked Lily about the purpose of their visit, and her excitement contrasted his fear. She mentioned something delicious in the area. Fagent questioned her about the specific food she desired, but he hesitated to utter his suspicions that it might be something related to dark entities. Lily, seemingly eager, left Fagent anxious and asking what kind of delicacy she was referring to. Fagent felt something was wrong, quickly retreated. He was a real man, but he was afraid of ghosts. Kwang Lu boldly announced that she would go in with him, and not let him wait outside. Fagent tried to convince her that if she could eat alone, she didn't need him to follow her. However, Lily, stating she couldn't be too far from her husband, playfully nudged him forward and continued to sweet-talk him, eventually pushing him into the school. Fagent reluctantly agreed. Lily joyfully appeared as if she was leading her Tuong Tsong to savor a delicacy. They discussed the recent mysterious disappearances at high school, involving a 6th-grade student named Layla. The girl had vanished without a trace, and even surveillance cameras showed no sign of her leaving the school. A month later, Layla's mutilated body reappeared in a classroom, sparking terror among teachers and students. Authorities sealed off the area, conducted forensic examinations, and discovered she had died at least a month earlier, with no apparent cause of death. Strangely, her body seemed to have spontaneously appeared. A month after that incident, the former principal hung himself at the school, compounding the eerie events. The high school became known for strange occurrences. Despite attempts to demolish it, the deserted school remained standing, becoming a site of mysterious happenings. Layla's body vanished inexplicably, and the suicide of the former principal added to the enigma surrounding the school. Fagent, perturbed by the unnerving stories and sensing an abnormality in the place, felt his face drained of color. The torn surroundings seemed to hold some inexplicable mystery. As the information on the consecutive incidents at the school unfolded, Fagent's unease grew, and he found himself unable to stand, his legs trembling. He attempted to persuade Lily to reconsider, expressing concern about the unsettling history of the area. However, Lily remained uninterested, preoccupied with thoughts of the delicious meal she anticipated. Ignoring Fagent's apprehension, she playfully circled him like a puppy eager for a treat. Despite his reluctance, Fagent relented and followed Lily towards the school. The tales of the mysterious disappearances, the reappearance of Layla's body, and the subsequent suicide of the former principal had shaken the community. However, Lily seemed unaffected, focused solely on the prospect of a satisfying meal. Inside the school, Lily continued to act carefree, running around Fagent with excitement. Amid the eerie atmosphere, Fagent couldn't shake the feeling that Lily might not be entirely trustworthy. However, he pressed on, as his wife seemed determined to explore the school. As they reached the second floor, Lily suddenly disappeared, leaving Fagent in a state of panic. Frantically calling out for her, he felt the protective shield around him waver. In the disarray, he heard Lily's voice urging him to follow. Eventually, they arrived at an old room where Lily declared her intention to make a delicious meal. Despite the dusty environment, Lily's eyes lit up at the sight of an old comb on the table. Curious, Fagent approached and sensed a cold, eerie feeling in the room. Lily swiftly grabbed the comb from his hand and absorbed the strange dark energy it emitted. Fagent, perplexed by her actions, watched as she absorbed the energy and, seemingly satisfied, declared the meal delicious. Her peculiar behavior left Fagent with lingering questions about what exactly she was consuming. After Lily finished eating, her chilly breath seemed to have disappeared. Fagent carefully observed the hairbrush, and Lily, in her innocent and cheerful manner, explained that the energy in the brush could make her feel full. Fagent sensed there might be some peculiar energy in this environment, possibly related to some kind of supernatural entity. Although just a fleeting thought, Fagent felt these ideas might be correct. Lily was still not satisfied with the food, and when Fagent asked about a better place, she had no idea. Fagent decided to explore further and came up with an interesting idea. He wanted Lily to help him make money by using her ability to sense spiritual energy. When he asked if she could sense the location of other spiritual energies, Lily looked a bit surprised but admitted she could sense the direction. Excited about this idea, Fagent suggested they create a video exploring the mysterious, hoping to gain fame. She also agreed to help him find something even better in the area. Here is a business opportunity, let's make it happen. First, Fagent instructed Lily on how to shoot the video. After ensuring that Lily understood the procedure, they began the recording. Fagent was excited about the idea of exploring supernatural phenomena and believed that creating a video series would lead to fame and fortune. As Lily enthusiastically recorded, Fagent explained the history of the abandoned high school, mentioning mysterious disappearances, strange occurrences, and the legend surrounding the place. The scene was set in an old, dilapidated room with boarded-up windows, creating an eerie atmosphere. While Fagent was talking, the hairbrush, containing spiritual energy, suddenly emitted a strong energy wave. Lily, sensing it, was tempted by the energy but resisted, remembering Fagent's advice to focus on the video first so she doesn't care about it anymore. The mysterious events seemed to unfold, and Lily's desire for the tempting energy intensified. Fagent continued narrating the history of the school, mentioning the disappearance of a girl named Layla and the subsequent suicide of the former principal. The atmosphere grew tense as the spiritual energy in the room became more pronounced. In the midst of recording, Fagent remained oblivious to the unusual occurrences, emphasizing the need to capture everything on camera. The hairbrush, once again, emitted spiritual energy, causing Lily to feel its allure. Fagent concluded the introduction, hinting that the room they were in might hold the key to the mysteries surrounding the school. Earlier, during the exploration, I unexpectedly discovered a hairbrush intended for a young girl on the principal's desk. As I reached for the hairbrush, it seemed elusive, and when he looked down, it started floating around, teasing him. Despite this, Fagent remained oblivious to anything unusual. He speculated whether Lily used her spiritual energy to create special effects for the program. Suddenly, a gray arm with red claws emerged and gripped him hand from behind. A horrifying female ghost appeared with disheveled hair, blood-stained eyes, and a deathly pale face. The supernatural entity tightly squeezed my throat, preventing any sound or movement. I felt paralyzed and unable to react. It seemed to possess a special power immobilizing me, leaving me helpless in my subconscious. My first instinct was to call for Lily's help desperately. The malevolent figure approached, and my despair grew, realizing Lily remained oblivious to my distress, absorbed in her task. The demonic force intensified, causing my body to stiffen. I desperately called for Lily once more. In the midst of my suffering, Lily appeared indifferent, focused solely on her impending meal. I wondered how she could remain so unperturbed. The demonic entity's power continued to rise, and sweat covered my face. Finally, I begged Lily for help, feeling overwhelmed. It seemed she had not noticed the dire situation. My pleas went unanswered as Lily continued her pursuit of a delightful meal. Despite the impending danger, I remained persistent, calling out Lily's name with all my strength. Unbeknownst to me, Lily had already sensed the danger earlier but chose to prioritize her immediate desire for a delicious meal. The demonic force's influence increased, causing me to break into a cold sweat. My desperation reached its peak as I pleaded for Lily to save me, fearing that I might not endure the torment any longer. Unexpectedly, in the midst of my struggle, the power of the enchanted ring I wore on my hand surged, bolstering my will to survive. With newfound strength, I grabbed the ghostly entity's hand, startling it and causing it to recoil. In that moment, a bright golden light surrounded me, emanating a powerful force. Taking advantage of this newfound strength, I tossed the malevolent spirit aside, leaving it writhing in pain. As I regained control, a surge of curiosity about the source of this newfound power overcame my fear.